Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How are you guys? I hope you are in a good conditions. Do you still remember me? If not, let me introduce myself first. I'm Faradilla Cahya. You can call me Farah, Dila, Ara, baby, whatever you want. In this every moment, I would like to present some materials related to South Korea, a land famous for Korean culture and ginseng country. Without further ado, welcome to South Korea.
South Korea. Okay, this is my profile. Name Faradilla Cahya. Student number 20080041. Study programs D3 Transportation Management. Class Airport Operational Bravo. Okay, this is the topic we will discuss. First, history of South Korea. Second, culture of South Korea. Third, customs of South Korea. Fourth, traditional food, drinks, and clothes of South Korea. Fifth, tourism destinations of South Korea. And the last one, public figure of South Korea. First game, history of South Korea. Welcome to the first part, the history of South Korea. We must know the history of South Korea in order to increase our knowledge. History of South Korea. The history of South Korea officially began with the formation of the state of South Korea on August 15, 1948. Also, Saimari had declared its formation in Seoul on August 13, after the Japanese occupation of Korea, which ended with defeat of Japan in World War II in 1945. Korea was divided into two territories based on the 38 degrees north latitude according to an agreement entered into by the United Nations, the Soviet Union in the north and the United States in the south. The Soviet Union and the United States were unable to reach an agreement on the implementation of the unification of Korea. This resulted in the formation of separate government with each government claiming official territory overall of Korea. Okay, this is Saimari, and then Park Chung-hee, and then here is the current president of South Korea, Moon Jae-in.
Is there anything to ask? If not, I will continue the next capture.
Second game, culture of South Korea. In the second part, we will know a lot of culture from this South Korean country. This country is full of interesting culture. Culture of South Korea. Religion and faith. South Korea support religious freedom. Confucianism, Buddhism, and Christianity are the main former religions. Many Koreans believe in ancestral spirits and observe rituals. Confucianism is a social and political philosophy that pervades Korean culture. Okay, let's move to the next point. Big celebration. There are two main national holidays in Korea, namely New Year's Day, the second full moon after the winter solstice, and Chuseok, the eighth full moon. Celebrations for this festival are celebrated around ancestors and families. Okay, let's move to the next point. Family. Family is an integral part of culture and life in South Korea. Arranged marriages are common. Marriage is considered a rite of passage. Divorce is rare but has become more common in recent years. The ancestral lineage is everywhere. Traditionally, the eldest son inherits the entire family property. However, it was recently changed and is now on par with women. The eldest son bears extra responsibility for his family and he will take care of his parents in their old age. Okay, let's move to the next point. The last part of culture of South Korea. Other culture. First, do not wear your shoes in places or worship or people's home. Second, do not step on the furniture. Third, do not eat or drink in public while walking. Fourth, do not place your thumb between your middle and index fingers while clenching your fist, as this absence. Fifth, do not use red ink when writing letters. It is a symbol of death and reserved only for writing the name of deceased. It is considered unlucky and shows you wish the recipient's death. The last one, don't step too close the persons you're meeting for the first time.
Is there anything to ask? If not, I will continue the next capture.
Third game, customs of South Korea. Before you go to the ginseng country, you should first know the custom that exists in South Korea. The goal is to understand the characteristic of people in South Korea in general, improve communications, and get the relationship off the ground. Well covered that in these sections. Customs of South Korea. Languages in South Korea. The language structure, grammar, and vocabulary are similar to Japanese. Dialects are regional, differing mainly in accents, but so similar to understanding for the speaker or listener is not a problem. The main difference in dialect is also associated with social status. Korea has one of the highest literacy rates in the world due the phonetic nature of the written language, which was created in the mid 15th century to give Koreans a single language. Okay, let's move to the next point. Greetings and how to say hello. Bowing is the traditional way of greeting in South Korea. The handshake is often done by men. Your left hand should support your right arm when shaking hands. Meanwhile, Korean women do not always shake hands but often bow. Besides that, what Korean people usually use when they meet is to bend forward like the example in the picture below. Okay, let's move to the next point. Communication style. Communications can be tricky in South Korea because they don't like saying no. Saying no is considered bad etiquette. Refuse in a gentle way. Good posture and positive body language are very beneficial in communication. Patience and courtesy must be maintained. Do not use excessive or open body language. Okay, let's move to the next point. Privacy. It's an insult to Koreans to be touched by someone they don't know. Don't pat them on the back or hug them. Prolonged, indirect eye contact can be interpreted as disrespectful, especially when dealing with other people of higher social standing. Okay, let's move to the next point. The last part of custom of South Korea. Other customs. First, everyone in 5 South Korea has had plastic surgery. Parents even pay for their children's plastic surgery as a graduation gift. Second, dental hygiene is very expensive, so South Koreans take great care of their teeth. Third, their drinking habits are so thick. Koreans always drink soju or other alcohol every change they get. Fourth, if you write a person's name in red ink, it is believed that the person will die in the near future. The last one, almost all Koreans have a smartphone and free Wi-Fi can be found in almost every corner.
Is there anything to ask? not, I will continue the next capture.
Fourth game, traditional food and clothes of South Korea. In the fourth part, we will enter the area of Korea, the section on traditional food, drinks, and traditional clothes from South Korea. Traditional food. Traditional food South Korea. Bulgogi, a juicy and savory roast beef dish. Bulgogi is one of the most popular Korean meat dish worldwide and was ranked as the 23rd most delicious food in the world according to a CNN Travel Readers poll in 2011. Bulgogi is oven grilled with garlic and sliced onions. The meat is usually wrapped in lettuce and is also traditionally eaten with samjang, a thick red spicy paste. Okay, let's move to the next point. Tteokbokki. Tteokbokki, also spelled tteokbokki, is a spicy Korean dish made a cylindrical rice cake, triangular fish cake, vegetables, and sweet red chili sauce. It is often sold by Pojangmacha street vendors. People enjoy tteokbokki because of the combination of spicy and sweet flavors. Okay, let's move to the next point. Ramyeon. Korean ramen noodles, but slightly different from Japanese ramen. Korean ramyeon can also mean packaged instant noodles. Ramyeon is cooked in a very spicy sauce and usually topped with vegetable, meat, or kimchi. Traditional drinks. Traditional drinks South Korea. First, insam cha, ginseng tea. Second, senggang cha, ginger root tea. Third, sunjongwa, persimmon juice. And the last one, shike, sweet rice juice. Alcohol drinks. Alcohol drinks South Korea. Soju is a wine made from fermented rice or wheat or potatoes with an alcohol content of 22% ABV. Most Koreans are very fond of drinking soju. Yakju is another type made from fermented rice, the most famous of which is Cheongju. Traditional clothes. Traditional clothes. First, traditional handbook. Traditional handbook generally consists of two main parts, namely the upper and lower garments. For women, the bottom wears a skirt chima, while pants baji for men. Women's handbook also features a ribbon garm, which is used to tie the top of the garments. Second, casual handbook. Casual handbook is a modern traditional style that incorporates floral patterns, lace, and even decorative accessories. Unlike traditional Korean clothing, the casual one features short skirts like most modern handbooks. It generally feels lighter because it is not layered inside. Third, bridal dress or hwarot. This traditional Korean dress is the handbook for weddings. These handbooks usually have more complicated and varied motifs and patterns. It symbolizes hope for a happy marriage, family life, and the birth of desired children. There will be more dominant red color as a traditional accessory.
Is there anything to ask? If not, I will continue the next capture.
Fifth game, tourism destinations from South Korea. If we go to Korea, we will definitely visit tourism attractions. In the fifth part, we will enter the part of tourist destinations in South Korea. So, where we go? First, Jeju Island. Second, Seoul Tower. Third, Itaewon. 4. Others. Tourism destinations. First, Jeju Island. A very popular resort destination, this volcanic island is best reached via a quick hour-long domestic flight from Seoul. The island boasts beautiful beaches along with a lot of culture and history. The highest mountain in South Korea, a dormant volcano called Halasan, is here along with miles of giant lava tubes. The lava tubes, which can be explored, are natural air pockets in the hardened lava the size of railway tunnels. Okay, let's move to the next point. Second, Seoul Tower. Yes, everyone visiting Seoul should go up in the city's iconic observation tower. Its positions almost on top of a mountain. Plus, the height of the tower itself gets you almost 500 meters above sea level and the city below. But leave some time to explore the surrounding mountain area. The tower is near the top of Mount Namsan, and the entire area is Namsan Park, which is run by the city. There are miles of hiking trails to explore, all within a few minutes of downtown Seoul. Okay, let's move to the next point. Third, Itaewon. Yes, it's a touristy, expert area filled with gift shops and street food. But the Itaewon neighborhood is a great place to just spend an afternoon wandering around. It's especially fun in the early evening, when residents also come out to grab dinner and people watch. There's an energy here that defines the cosmopolitan city, and it's also a popular strolling spot for locals. You'll see a lot of Korean families, kids, and couples all enjoying the shops and restaurants. Okay, let's move to the next point. The last part of tourism destinations in South Korea. First, Lotte World. Usually, Lotte World is used as a place for family recreations. Second, Busan. Busan is a place where we can see the beautiful city in South Korea. Many places to visit in Busan. Third, National Museum of South Korea. If you want to see the history of South Korea, you can go to the National Museum of South Korea.
Is there anything to ask? If not, I will continue the next capture.
Last game. Public figure from South Korea. South Korea is famous for many worldwide K-pop artists. Are you ready to see the famous public figure in South Korea? Public figure. Currently, South Korea is being discussed a lot by the whole world because its public figures are starting to be known by everyone around the world, such as BTS, Blackpink, NCT, Twice, and etc. Okay, let's move to the next point. Favorite public figure. For public figures I admire, for actors, I admire Lee Jong-suk and Kim Son-ho. Okay, let's move to the next point. The last part of favorite public figure. BTS. BTS or Bangtan Soyeongdan, also known as the Bangtan Boys, is a 7-member South Korean male vocal group formed by the HYBE Corporation. The name later became an acronym to Beyond the Scene in July 2017. Members of BTS are Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Min Yoongi, Jung Ho-seok, Park Jimin, Kim Taehyung, and Jun Jungkook. Conclusions. South Korea is a developed country, has an independent state that is not far from the date of Indonesian independence, which is August 15, 1945. South Korea has a lot of unique cultures and customs or habits which are unusual and different from other countries. South Korea also has food and drinks that have a distinctive taste. For the traditional clothing itself has a model that is no less unique. If you want to visit the ginseng country, there are lots of tourist destinations that must be visited, starting from entertainment tours, museums, beaches, and many others. It must be very familiar that the country of South Korea is the country that produces artists or K-pop, which is very global. Besides K-pop, Korean drama is also very famous in all corners of the world.
Okay, that's the end of my presentations. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you and see ya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.